The CEO Diaries, powered by Harper Ellis Hair Co.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the CEO Diaries. I'm really excited about today's episode. I'm also answering a question that a lot of people ask me, but it's going to be a short and sweet one, so this is a great one that you can listen to on the way to work. Hopefully it gets you going Monday morning. Whenever you listen to your podcast, I hope you enjoy it. But I'm answering a question that I feel like I get asked a lot, and the question is it really lonely at the top? I love this question, and here's why. If you would have asked me this probably a year or two ago, I would have had a totally different answer and a different mindset than I do now. I think that this mindset is a bit elementary when it comes to people that are actually in success. And I don't mean that bad, I don't mean that rude at all, but all I mean by that is if you are... Okay, let me take that back just a minute. I feel like this is only a statement that is made by people that are not actually at the top. And I know that can be a little bit controversial. I know that you guys may be experiencing a little bit of that loneliness, meaning, people have kind of fallen out of your life. As you get more successful, your friend group changes. But I want to kind of shed some light on that because, more than anything, I think that we need to focus on why things are changing inside of your friend group, inside of your, circle. I feel like a lot of people say that the lonely at the top because whenever they get there, by the time, or no one really ever arrives, let's be honest, but by the time that they feel like they've reached this amount of success, they're feeling like, a lot of their friends has fallen off, or maybe it's even family members. But let's talk about why they fall off, or why they become not inside of your circle. Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's someone that doesn't support you or believe in what you're doing, and they sort of put it down, or they just don't believe in you. Or maybe it's a friend that inside they're a little bit jealous of where you're at and they don't support what you're doing, or they don't build you up. I just my own personal journey, I've had friends come in and out, and some of them are business relationships, but as I continue to grow, my circle has continued to change a little bit. And I've had my OGs that have been around for since day one. Those are my loyal friends that when I say that, I only have one or two. And just like I said before, over and over again, this last year I lost one of my very best friends, who was my business partner. But it was the same situation there. They didn't belong in my circle anymore because they didn't have my best interest. And so to answer that question, a very long answer, no, it's definitely not lonely at the top. Whenever people mistake that for loneliness, is because you're losing people that have once been in your life. And how discouraging would growth be if you kept every single person along the way for the next stage of your life? And I feel like we as humans, we grieve people, when they come in our life and they leave, we grieve that loss because, we all naturally want to keep people and keep those relationships. But it's just like, a high school boyfriend that you probably don't really care that much about, but you still had that like grieving process of, they stepped out of your life, and, it was weird for a little bit. And so I just want to remind you guys, some of you guys that are climbing that success ladder and trying to get to the top, and you're afraid of doing it because you're afraid of losing those relationships. I hear that all the time. I hear it even in our classes. People are like, I'm just worried that the more successful I get, I'm going to lose everyone. And, it's totally a sort of a broke mindset, or sort of just the wrong mindset to have when it comes to success. Yeah, people are going to fall off. It does suck. It does hurt. But the cool thing about success is when you reach those next levels, you are going to create new relationships that add more value to your life. And so this has nothing to do with relationships that you should be repairing. I do think that in life sometimes there are relationships that you should repair yourself because it may have been your fault or something like that. But whenever you get to the top, I will say, and I'm still not there, so I'm still speaking on it. I'm to the top of my definition of the top now. I probably have do have less people in my circle than ever, but I do feel more fulfilled than ever when it comes to my relationships, because the people I have around me are just extreme quality. And I found myself for a long time sort of morphing into what I felt like people wanted me to be, so they didn't leave, basically. I was afraid of that abandonment. I know from my childhood, and my parents never abandoned me, nothing like that, if they're listening. But I do have some things inside of my life that has caused me to have some abandonment issues. And so through success, that has been such a really hard time for me, is when I lose people. And so it took me getting to that other side of it, going, wait a minute, this isn't so bad. Now my circle is just way more valuable. It's definitely quality over quantity, like everyone says. But stop having that mindset. Stop having that it's lonely at the top mindset, because it's truly not a thing unless you make it a thing. So this is a short and sweet one. I just wanted to spill my knowledge there on you and my thoughts for that, because everyone asked me that question. So reach out to me if you have any more questions or just want to have a conversation. But thanks for listening.